An endoscopic brow lift elevates the eyebrows to the appropriate level by using tacks or a fixation device underneath the scalp. So with an endoscopic brow lift, there is no scalp tissue removed. We essentially shift the rug. Think of your scalp as a rug. We're just shifting it up and then anchoring it down to carpet tacks to hold it in the elevated position. So no excess scalp tissue is removed. And because of that, we have to rely on a fixation device, which is an endotine device or bone tunnels in your skull, to hold the tissue up and in the elevated position while it heals. So the primary advantage of an endoscopic brow lift is that the scars are usually 5 little incisions up in your hairline up here, 5 little short incisions, and then the whole operation is done with an endoscope through those little incisions, and the scalp tissue is freed up and loosened. It is elevated to the desired location and then anchored down with a fixation device. What I like about the operation is that it only requires 5 small incisions. The 2 things that I don't like about this technique are that it requires a fixation device, meaning I'm going to have to drill a small hole in your skull. Now, it's not full thickness down to your brain, it's just through the outer cortex or the outer part of your skull bone, but we do need to drill a little hole in your skull bone to anchor things to, whether it's a bone tunnel that we're developing or the little bit of a drill hole that you need to make to put the endotine device in place and secure it to the skull. We are going to need to manipulate your skull bone a little bit to perform an endoscopic brow lift because the entire fixation and elevation of your eyebrows depends on it. So for that reason, I cannot do this operation under numbing medicine. You have to be under general anesthesia for this technique. The other thing I don't like about an endoscopic brow lift is that your forehead gets longer and your hairline moves back. So just like a coronal brow lift, because we're not actually removing any skin, or I should say because we're not removing any skin in front of your hairline, we're stretching it all backward, which means your forehead's going to get bigger and your hairline's going to move farther back. So if you have a low hairline, it is an okay procedure for you. If you have a high hairline, it is probably not the best option for you. So those would be the 2 downsides to an endoscopic brow lift: is the need for fixation, as well as the need for general anesthesia to put in the fixation, as well as the cost of the fixation devices. And then of course the fact that your forehead will get longer and your hairline will move back as part of the endoscopic brow lift. To learn more about the other techniques that we have available for brow lifting, check out some of my other videos. To learn more, check out our website where you can upload your photos and concerns as a virtual consult. You can also check out our price estimator to get pricing information for all the various procedures we offer. And finally, if you'd like to have your questions answered on a future podcast or Q&A video session like this, please leave a message on our SpeakPipe. You can go to our blog page and our SpeakPipe is located there. Thanks for listening.